So hello, welcome back to the channel, and today is a very special day because we are down at the glorious Goodwood Motor Racing Circuit. I'm here as a guest of Koenigsegg and technically Lord March of the Goodwood estate. This is his sort of private track day. So we're going to talk Koenigsegg, we're going to meet Christian von Koenigsegg, and take you a ride around the circuit. Okay, so you just so happen to be over here and at the same time as one of your clients is taking delivery of their Regera.
Correct. Coincidentally, I'm here and he's getting his car today, so it wasn't actually fully planned.
Sure.
But sometimes the stars align, and what a better place than Goodwood Circuit to have some fun and show the owner his new car.
Wow, what a way of doing it. So this must be one of the last right-hand drive cars, right?
It's absolutely correct. So actually, car number 80 came to the UK as well, and this is
really?
kind of
Wow.
I don't know, 78 or something.
Right.
So, but they're all done, and for sure there are no more right-hand drives coming.
No.
They're all done.
I'm seeing your now iconic gold leaf here. How did that start? How did the...
So yeah, it's interesting. We were doing a couple of years back. It was an Regera S at the time, a carbon fiber, and it was a production car number 100.
Okay.
I was thinking we should do something to celebrate that. So I asked the customer, can we come up with a celebration for the 100th car? And we were playing around, and I was thinking, so it's kind of a historic moment, and carbon fiber is kind of a high-tech, futuristic material. What is historic and opposite? And then I was thinking, gold leafing. That's
yes.
like the,
wow.
And then I was thinking about these old F1 cars, the John Player Special. Black and gold is so nice looking. So I asked our carbon fiber technicians and painters, can you play around and see if you can put gold leafing on the carbon fiber before you clear coat? They said, oh, we don't know.
See how that goes.
And then it turned out like this.
Unbelievable.
And now it's kind of become a Koenigsegg thing.
Yeah.
And really now we're even playing around. We're putting ghosts into the swirl.
I saw a sample the last time I was at the factory.
Right.
And this one's a more conventional brush effect. Exactly. You can put your Ghost Squadron symbol in the brush.
Or initials, whatever.
Really?
We kind of put the template, then we brush over it as a final thing. So you have this hidden messages in the gold. Wow. And now, of course, seeing other extreme car brands doing similar things. But for sure, we pioneered this. I just brainstormed it up, and it became a thing. And of course, it's a bit gold on a sports car. Gold is heavy, of course. Right. But we do use it on the backside of the carbon fiber wheels. We use it for heat reflection in the engine bays. Yes. And here it's laid on top of the finished carbon fiber. But when we use it as heat insulation, we're actually laying it into the tool and baking it into the carbon as a final surface. So it's in the fiber, and it works. It works amazing. It takes down the temperature on the backside of the carbon by like 40%.
Are you kidding?
And that came as an experience from this.
Incredible,
So yes, it's a heavy material, but when it's leaf gold thin, it doesn't hardly weigh anything,
Yeah.
And it has that beautiful aspect and also the heat reflective.
Yes. So anyone who's just tuned in and maybe not familiar with a Regera, should we give them a top-line overview of what this incredible thing is?
Why not? The last hurrah explanation of the technology.
That's right. Exactly.
So I mean, this was a brainchild of mine. I mean, back sometime in 2012, I drove my first performance electric car, or actually a little bit earlier, the Tesla Roadster. But I got my first kind of electric performance normal car, and I realized this instant kind of effect of power with no delay, no gasping, no turbos, no opening of throttles and so on. That was really amazing for overtaking, and was exciting in its own right on top of that. So how can I mix this experience, but not having the weight of a big battery pack, and having the roar of a combustion engine to have the soul in the car. Yep. And then we started brainstorming backwards and forwards, and then we came up with this direct drive system. At first, our engineers they shook their heads, but then we started running simulations. Said, wow, it actually works, and you can remove the whole traditional transmission, so you save weight, which is compensated, of course, by the battery. So you have to trade off that a little bit. And then we got torque vectoring from the electrical motors on the axle, so we can have an open diff. So very comfortable, but torque vectoring we need. Electric reverse, so we can save that mechanics as well. Yeah. And then, of course, electric boost on the crankshaft with the third electrical motor. And then the combustion engine connects to the rear wheels through the differential, through a hydraulic coupling, which is basically a super extreme torque converter with lockup. So when you're standing still, you're like similarly into drive, like in an automatic transmission. It wants to pull forward a bit, but we hold it still with the rear electric motors. And when we reverse against that force a little bit. but it's a small force. And then when you push and you rev up, you get torque conversion, and then you have electric propulsion. And when you get up to speed, you can lock it up, and then you're in direct drive from the combustion engine to the wheels with no transmission losses and no weight and size of the transmission. And when you floor it, we open up the hydraulic coupling, we torque convert, and we push electrically. And as you have driven them, of course, so it doesn't give the real CVT effect, which I don't like that so much, because it's like a rubber band.
Sure.
So here, if you push like 50% throttle,
yes.
it opens up. It goes up to maybe 4,000 RPM.
Yes.
Then you're like locked into gear, equivalent of gear.
Right.
And then if you push harder, the RPM jumps up a little bit higher, and then you're sort of locked into a gear again. So it's like you're having 25 gears instantly in your foot, but you're fixed in gear ratio to have that connected sensation. And then of course you have regenerative braking from the electrical motor, so you can have another burst out of the corner again. So it's also efficient, and then it can run on renewable fuel. So when you have regenerative braking, renewable fuel, you're very environmentally conscious, which is important nowadays, of course.
Phenomenal.
And then you have a monster of or a beast of a car, but a very friendly, comfortable beast.
I'm smiling so much because this is, anyone who's just tuning in, I've probably heard Christian explain this maybe 100 times now, and it never gets old. It still fries my brain, the amount of engineering and stats in this. For me, as just a really simple explanation, when I first drove one, I likened it to what I imagined a V8 powered Tesla might feel like.
Right.
And that's kind of, I mean, it's just massive instantaneous torque. It's at 2,000 Newton meters of torque.
2,000 Newton meters and 1,500 horsepower. And it still holds the record from 0 to 250 miles per hour in around 21 seconds. And that record we took like 3-4 years ago or something.
That's bonkers.
And it still holds.
Yeah,
so, and
phenomenal.
This car, it has enough power to go faster than 250 miles per hour, but we're running out of the only gear we have. and we could have made that longer, but that would have compromised the acceleration in lower speeds. So this was kind of close to the slip limit, all the way to 250. And that's where we hit the rev limiter. So the name of the game with this car is whoever gets to 250 first wins. That's kind of
that's it. And that's this thing. The ethos of the interior versus previous cars gone by. This is like a sort of hyper GT, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's we had a customer who drove from London to Rome with his 75-year-old father, and they were super comfortable. It's and if you set it up on the track, it's pretty hardcore. I mean, the suspension stiffens up, the bump and rebound, it hunkers down, and then it's very direct. But it has this kind of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde display. You have 2 wireless phone chargers, you have Apple CarPlay, you have bird's eye view parking, parking sensors, robotized bodywork, fully robotized bodywork. So it has all these kind of creature comforts, but still being quite race car-like. So it's a bit of a mind bender.
Phenomenal thing, brilliant. And on top of it all, you can take off the roof and store it in the front,
you can put it in the front, like most Koenigseggs.
I never get tired of the power, the surge of energy is unbelievable. Incredible, massive linear pull, isn't it? kilometers an hour, but it's going up in miles an hour. Oh wow! Thank you for that. That was truly special. As it begins to go, the relentless energy, just exceptional. What a thing!
I mean, if the straight was twice as long, you would really
go for it, wouldn't you?
And of course, I was a bit more brave. That little king could just go straight through it.
But even under braking, like there's no like pitch and roll, like it's so straight.
Yeah, you can brake like this. I could probably go around the track like this.
You know, even though we've driven a couple of Regeras now on our track, it's the first time I've had it on a really decent long straight. As a passenger, you just don't you can't prepare for it, so you don't really appreciate that hit, and it just massive linear, and it's constantly pressing on your diaphragm as it's going. Yeah, really amazing. Of course, to be in the seat with Christian as well, real honor, real honor. So I was just wondering, how often do you just sneak out of the front door and end up doing laps on your own track?
Well, annoyingly, not very often.
Really?
Well, it's so busy, but yeah, there was a time the track kind of was dormant between 66 and 98.
Wow, okay.
So it was just sitting here,
Yep.
and it was used a bit for kind of F1 illegal testing and stuff. But it was just sitting here, and so then, you know, as a kind of, you know, teenager, I used to come down here and just jump in my car and do 70 laps of full Grand Prix distance.
So good.
I had a little single seater.
Yeah. Wow.
Sort of really a thing called a Vauxhall Lotus, a kind of little like a Formula 3 car without any of the electronics on it.
Phenomenal.
With a wings and slicks, such good fun.
Yes.
Yeah, but not, and sadly too busy now. Track's busy every day.
Oh wow.
I can't just come and jump on.
I can't think of another circuit which is unchanged.
No, I think it's pretty unique. It's absolutely untouched. So we're driving on exactly the same. We're driving in the wheel tracks of Jim Clark and Mike Hawthorne and Sterling Moss. All those guys.
What is this like out there?
This is the best. This is the best. This is so quick round there. I mean, you could really do some damage with this round there.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, listen, it's been an amazing day, and thank you very much.
Pleasure. Lovely to have you with us.
It's a real honour being here.
Thank you. No, great to see you.
All right, that is it. We're wrapping our time up at the Goodwood Motor Circuit. Massive thank you to Tariq and the Koenigsegg team for inviting us down for this very special day, and of course Christian for putting us in the passenger seat alongside him, and to the governor of this wonderful establishment for inviting me down to your incredible motor racing circuit. As always, thanks so much for watching, and we shall see you next time. Ciao.